I hope you are having a great week. My name is Sammy, and on this channel we do DIYs, thrift flips, wood signs, and there's always tons of laughter. Today I'm participating in the thrift flip road trip, so I cannot wait to show you these beautiful thrifted items and tell you more about it later in the video. Let's go ahead and get started.
Starting off, we're going to take this sign I got at Savers for $2.99. Anytime I find signs like these, I pick them up if they're super cheap. I'm using Crinoline by DIY. This is the most perfect like cream color. Love it. I'm going to do 2 coats on the front and the sides of this. It covered really well. Luckily for me, none of the letters were like etched in there. So perfection. Now we're going to grab our IOD molds. I have done IOD molds, sorry you guys, quite a few times on my channel. So I will link some of the videos where I go more into detail about this, but I am using the amazing resin, mix 50-50, and it cures within 10 minutes. I love this stuff, and it is such a time saver if you're somebody that needs to save some time, like me. All right, so once those are done, I'm going to go ahead and pop my letters out of the mold. I will say I have been using the silicone cups that I got on Amazon. Love the silicone cups. However, for measuring, I do not recommend it. They have a curved bottom. They don't sit very flat, and I had been noticing that my molds weren't curing all the way. They weren't getting super hard, and I realized it was because I was measuring with the silicone cup. So I tried with a plastic one and ended up getting it. So these stamps, you guys, I get them from Vonda. These are retiring, so get them while you can. They are absolutely stunning, and it comes with 2 sheets. So I am going to use the Stone Gray ink by IOD. I'm going to press my stamp, and then I'm going to lay that on the corner right here. I hold it down with one hand and then press down with the other. And you guys, the details in these stamps, the molds, it's like out of this world. I don't know how those sisters do it, to be honest. Now I'm going to take a second stamp. This one comes with the pack too, and I'm going to put that over on the right side just to kind of, you know, balance it out here. This one is even more detailed, I feel like. Now I'm going to take a mask. So usually the stamps come with a mask. I think you have to buy this one separately for some reason, not sure why. You cover the mask, and then you're able to overlap your stamps so it looks like it's one cohesive piece or stamp. Now I'm going to take some of the molds that I had made. I am going to take our beautiful Petticoat Pink by DIY, and I am going to coat all of these babies. A little hack, I grabbed my vinyl tweezers, and it made it so much easier to paint all of these letters, because let me tell you, when I was trying to hold it with my hand, it was a hot heaping mess. But I grabbed these little babies and I'm like, yes, this works. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, after painting these, I definitely did not show myself gluing them to the actual sign, but I think you guys all know how to glue things to signs, so I think you're okay there. But I did use my Star Bond super glue to attach these to the sign. After this, I'm going to take brushed iron by the alchemy wax that I've been getting from Vonda. These have a beautiful metallic look to them. I will say they don't move around very easily. It's almost like paint. So when I had wiped the top of the bird right there, I was using a baby wipe. A paper towel doesn't really work for these waxes. So I'm going to brush the excess on our letters, glue them on, did not record that. And this is how beautiful this sign came out. Is this not Gorga? I mean, the details that are in these beautiful stamps, the molds that create this 3D effect, it pops out at you. It makes it very pronounced. Love them. And this will be on my website available for purchase.
Hey everyone, so I hope you guys are enjoying the thrift flips. I have been scoring lately. I don't want to say scoring, but like I've been finding big ticket items for like low ticket prices. So I'm really excited with my finds at the thrift store lately. And I want to tell you, I am thinking about bringing back Thrifted Thursdays, where we go and do hauls, and then I post all of my finds on my website. So if you guys want me to bring that back, comment down below. And I wanted to let you guys know, Crafting Cousins hosts it's a mouth, Thrift Flip Road Trip. So make sure to go check out their channel. And then there are a ton of other creators that participate in this as well. And the playlist is down in the description box. If you love thrift flips, then you're gonna love this playlist. So I hope you're enjoying my video. I hope you enjoy everybody else's video. And y'all know, if you're digging me, if you're digging the channel, if you're digging the DIYs, then make sure to like, comment, and make sure to press that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit the bell for all too. Okay, let's go ahead and get back into the rest of all of these DIYs.
If you did not see this thing on Pinterest during Christmas, and you're probably not looking on Pinterest, because this thing was all over and I wanted to make it so bad and I just never gotten around to it. So you know what? I'm going to make a Valentine's Day one. So I'm going to take Old 57. Oh, this paint color is beautiful. I'm going to take this box I got from Savers for $1.99, and I'm going to mix Old 57 with White Swan. Our amazing Bree from Upcycled by Bree suggested this to me. I literally sent her a picture of the color I wanted, and she told me this color and this color, mix it together, it'll give you the most perfect color, and it did. So I'm going to paint the front, the back, and the sides, and the bottom. I'm not going to paint the inside of this because there will be flowers. I'm going to keep the front of it not painted because I want to put my mold on it first and then paint it. But I figured while my mold was setting up, we'll go ahead and paint the box. Now I'm going to take this beautiful, I thought we were going with the mold. This is just a Dollar Tree house. I did spray it with clear matte by Rust-Oleum. I do that with anything metal or glass so that it gives the paint something to adhere to, and then you don't have that flaking and the chipping of the paint. So I did have to give this 2 coats. I even did the inside because I'm always weird and I think people are going to look at the back of things, and so let's just make it finished, right? So after that, I'm going to take liquid patina and I am going to put that over our house, take this very fine glitter and shake that on over. And I'm going to do this to the entire house. And I'll be completely honest, when I finished this, I almost regretted it because I was like, man, I feel like this cheapens the entire look of the project. But once it all came together, stunning, y'all. Now, to cover that little star, I took one of these molds I made previously, took that brushed iron once again, and used a little paintbrush, brushed that on, and we are going to glue that over the star. And this is really going to tie in all of the details of the molds together. All right, so I forgot to do the legs. So taking those snowmen once again, we are going to glue those to the bottom. Now, unfortunately, with something this little, I can't really stick nails in them. So I can't guarantee these legs will never fall off, y'all. I had one that just kept on falling off, and I tried the Star-Bond, I tried wood glue, and then I tried hot glue. And in between each one, I sanded them, and the little darn thing still wanted to fall off. But, all right, just thought I'd tell you all that story. So we're going to paint these legs. Again, these are the little snowmen from Dollar Tree. I know that they had some at Hobby Lobby too. Don't know if they still do, but these are amazing for legs. I'm going to use the big ones coming up soon with some cabinet doors. Okay, so let's see, after that, where are we going here? All right, now we're going to get our beautiful mold. And this is with the new molds that I showed you in the last video. Again, these are Iron Orchid designs. I get mine from Bonda at paintedheirloom.com. Her link is always in the description box. You could also find a local retailer to you as well by going to ironorchid.com. So I went ahead and got some wood glue, put that on the back, and then adhered it to our box. Now I'm getting the little paint combination I did, and I painted the entire thing. I think you know how to do that. Now taking the brushed iron, I really wanted to focus this on the mold itself. So that's why I'm trying to use a brush, because I didn't want to get crazy putting the brushed iron everywhere, even though I kind of ended up doing it anyways. So I brush it on all over. Then I take a baby wipe, like I mentioned before, and I kind of just wipe it down to get the details to pop back out of it. And I gotta say, I love the metallic look of this. It really adds that extra boom, I'm gonna dust the legs with some. See, this is where I always think like, oh no, I'm gonna stop there. And then look, I keep going. I can't contain myself. I love wax. Okay, now I'm taking clear wax. I should have actually done this after I was done painting and then applied the alchemy wax. So do as I say, not as I do, okay? But it didn't affect it. That was a good thing there. All right, now I'm gonna stick some floral foam in there. I do glue the floral foam down because I don't want it to move, and this will be available on my website. I was trying to think of a way I could get this house stuck in the foam. So I got one of these photo holder things off of a Dollar General house, and I go, oh my gosh, this is going to work perfectly. So I bent it up, and then on that round part, I'm going to put it on the base and just douse it with hot glue. I mean, douse it. Just pour some hot glue on me, like douse it. So after that's set up, I'm going to take my box and I am going to put that little house in there, and I'm just going to start adding florals. And I'm going to tell you right now, I kept needing to look at the box, so I kept pushing it back. So I'm out of frame a lot. But I grabbed some Dollar Tree. I have some thrift store flowers. I have Walmart flower. I'm using a little bit of everything to create a lot of depth with this floral arrangement. I'm using fillers, which I have to say, you guys, that little pink number that I have on the right side there and that I'm adding to the box now, that's from Dollar Tree, and they are the prettiest fillers I've ever seen. And they came in yellow, and I don't know if they have them. I haven't been to Dollar Tree in a long time. But I'm going to add, like you can see, like this big peony flower, I'm going to add big, I'm going to add medium, I'm going to add little. I love playing around with floral arrangements because nothing's permanent. I could take that flower back out, I could change it just like this. I stuck this in here, ended up taking that out, and then put something else. Love it, you guys. So I'm going to keep building this up. Then I made some more molds, of course. I'm so mold happy since I've learned about this amazing resin. And I used the rose gold on them and just brushed them over. And I'm just sticking them in there for just like an added, I'm just being extra, you guys. Let's just put it out there. I'm guacamole. Now taking that rose gold, I also created this using 2 separate molds, and I am going to put the entire thing. I almost thought about doing it silver, but with our floral arrangement, I don't know. I thought that I guess it's not pink, but I just thought that the color would look really great, and I didn't want to wipe the excess of it off either because it almost looks like metal, maybe. So I just get a leftover stem from a flower, put some hot glue back there, roll that around, and then let it set for a little bit. I put that in my box. You could see I pushed it all the way back. My apologies. I stuffed that on in there. Oh my gosh, you guys, this came out so stinking beautiful. I showed John this right away and was like, you know what? Sometimes I'm really, really proud of myself. All the details, all of the intricate details, and, just like the placement of the wax and the different wax molds within the flowers and the mold that's covering the star, all of those little things I love. And I always tell myself, why do I have to do so much? Because it takes me so much longer to make the DIY. But in the end, this is why. Because it's beautiful. And to me, it looks high end. And I love that. So let me know what you think about this arrangement. And it is on my website for purchase. Now, I found this cheese box at Savers for $4.99. I've never seen one of these before. I saw Crafting Cousins do one, and I was like, I need to get this. So, taking another Iron Orchid mold, I am dusting it with cornstarch. I've done this many times. You're going to hear the baby before. So, again, if you look through my channel, you'll find tons. I'm going to take that paper clay, and I am going to put that into my mold and then take the excess off the top. Now, I will say, or maybe I should say this later. Okay, anyways, I'll say it later. We're going to put the paper clay in here. Once I put it in the entire mold, because I'm going to use all the pieces, I think, at this point anyways, you're going to turn around your mold and you are going to go ahead and pop those out. Now, I wanted to use the paper clay because I am going to be overlapping these. So I wanted them to be nice and soft and flexible. So I'm going to start with the stem here. You're going to hear it. She learned that she has a voice and she can yell whenever she wants, even when she's not upset or anything. So I am just taking Type-On wood glue and I am taking my finger and rubbing that around on the back of it. Then I'm going to lay this mold on top of the stem, just like that. So it looks like it's going to be one piece. Next, I take some leaves. I cut that at an angle so it looked like it merged with the stem. And we're going to take a little rosebud. And this is what's fun about molds, is that you can really make this anything you want by overlapping, mixing molds, all that stuff. So I also do the same thing. I'm going to take some different pieces over to the bottom right and again, overlapping. Now, I will say, I like the paper clay because it always stays very, I know a lot of you hate this word, but moist. And I've used the air dry clay, like regular air dry clay, and it always gets so dry after opening the package. And I was like, oh, I hate spending that much money, and then it dry up. So that's why I love the paper clay. However, when paper clay dries, it kind of shrinks up. And then, look at this. Do you see all of those gaps? It's because as it's drying, it's shrinking up and then it's not like fully attached to the surface. And this has happened to me before on a Christmas project. So I might just have to learn how to work with the air dry clay because, yeah, there's some things that are good, some things that are bad. I mean, every medium has their good and bads, right? So to fix it, I just got a fine point glue gun and then went under any of the surfaces that were raised and then glued them down. Now I'm going to take Petticoat Pink by DIY and we are going to paint the entire box, excluding the inside. I did not feel the need to paint the inside with this, and I'm just using a chip brush and I'm just going to do a messy coat of this here. And I love using chip brushes with molds because all of the little bristles get really well into those details. After that, we're going to clear it with some clear wax. And you want to make sure that you do this if you're using a wax on top of it, like a color, because it'll help move that wax a little bit more for you. And this is also sealing your paint as well. So after that's done, I'm going to take this gray wax, and I did find this on Amazon and added it to my Amazon store link down in the description box. So I am focusing on the flowers. I do not want to get this wax anywhere else except our flowers. So I'm kind of pouncing, stippling it in. I'm just trying hard not to get it on the box itself. So I do that. Then I get a paper towel and I'm going to wipe that down. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Is that not gorgeous or what? It looks like concrete to me. And I do the same thing here. Now remember, I'm not using the alchemy wax. That's why I'm not using the baby wipe. However, you can use the baby wipe. But for this wax, a paper towel does the job. Now, we just talked about this, you guys. I'm extra, okay? I like the little details. I am somebody that looks at those little details and says, oh my gosh, somebody put time into this. So I go inside the box and get our stamp. This is the one I said is retiring. And I am just going to put 3 on the inside. Then I go to the outside because we didn't do anything with the bottom. And I'm just going to do little pieces of the stamp here and there just to add a little something to tie in the flowers on the top to the bottom of our box. And y'all, This turned out absolutely stunning. Don't mind the two colors. That is the clear wax is drying down. So that's why it looks darker and then lighter in some spots. I'm looking at it right now and it no longer looks like that. But look at the details in those flowers, how they look like concrete. Oh my gosh, I love this. I hope this entire video inspired you. Please make sure to go check out that playlist in my description box. Sorry for all the noise today. Dogs barking, baby crying. We got a little bit of everything, but you know what? I always keep it real with you guys. I have a family and I am doing this at night while my husband is watching the baby. Have a good one, you guys. I appreciate you all.
You know, doing my makeup is such a chore, but then when I do it, I like feel fresh. Like I feel like, girl, you look good. So it's like, why don't I do it more often? It's because I'm lazy. Let's go, Han, and get going. That was not cute. Okay. Good evening. Hey everyone. Good evening. That just sounds like it's the big forehead that gets me, you know? Okay. That was it.